So now we're going to create the last script for our UI. We're going to call it UI manager, and this script is going to be a little bit, it's the longest script that I got. So we're going to create a new list. In this case, it's a list of vector trees. We are going to reference a party manager. We're going to create another vector tree array of positions. This is going to be our positions for our NPC enemies. We got a reference to our UI and hero selector. This is going to be for a graphic selector and a first option menu. This is again our menu. A crosshair. This is again a selector, the option selector. Crosshair rotation, selector rotation, and selection menu. This basically it's for us to know which values are we using in the menu, and the ball, three balls is for us to know in which part of the menu we are. This target ID we're going to set a value on this variable later on another script, but basically this script is going to hold the value of which target are we targeting. And there is another ball. I'm using as a flag so that when I press space to select an option in the menu, the program doesn't run too fast and doesn't select more than one option at the same time. I'm gonna change this name of this function. So I'm gonna call this start UI manager, and do it as well, or else it's gonna be a little bit more confusing with that name. Crosshair. So yeah, I'm initializing all of this. Then in an update, I have three stages. If I am selecting the target, selecting the player, or selecting options. Player select and option select. In this enumerator, I reset the flag is space ready. So basically, when the flag is false, I cannot use the space, and when it's true, I can use it again. So in your hero stat script, in your hero game object, your app panel, it's not a template, it's the app panel and the names template. The spawner, we are going to add this line, which is called get component send data. So this basically is gonna tell our enemy template to send data, and we're gonna add these two lines. They were on update. I made it in a separate function, and this function is called with an invoke and waiting 0.5 seconds. We need to invoke the search for the panels a little bit late, so that the list of the NPC warriors populate the list, and then the list populate the UI, and then after the UI is populated, the enemy template will search for each own element in the UI, so it can update it later. And as well here on the combat trigger, as well I add this canvas script, remove it, and make it as an invoke. Okay, I forgot to put the hero selector here. Okay, probably you guys have something like this. Missing the hero selector. Just drop an hero selector here to the UI manager, set it as a child, and then UI manager here, the hero selector, select the child to the hero selector. We need the target selector as well, so let's drag the target selector here to the UI manager and the scripts in the UI canvas. I'm going to create another script. I'm going to call it crosshair selector. This is the script that we're going to add. So basically we are going to return the target ID. Come to the hero selector, drop it. Party manager, just set the reference in the UI manager. In the hero selector, we need to again give it a box collider 2D. Let's set it to its size a little bit smaller than the sprite itself, and the target selector as well. In this case, the hero selector. Sorry, it's kind of confusing because they are both on the same. So basically here the hero selector, which is this little finger pointing, it's offset to the hero. The hero just going to stay here. And the target selector as well, let's give it a box collider 2D. Make it a little bit smaller than. Let's make his trigger, both of them. Here the UI manager, let's correct hero selector crosshair. His target selector. And hero selector, hero select. Go to your enemy template, which is in your spawn. Just double click it, and come here to the sprite renderer and just give it just give it some sprite. It could be it's just for test, because we need to add the rigid body 2D and you need to add the box collider 2D. And if you don't have any sprite, when you add a box collider 2D without any sprite, the collider will be really small and you need to zoom out. You need to zoom in really bad to then create the hero selector, a target selector. Then in the target selector, add the script that you made a target select to your target selector, and the same as your hero selector. They both need to have box colliders. Target selector has box collider as well. UI manager does not have a sprite. Here on your UI manager, come to your move crosshair and you add something like this. You add a target ID equal to crosshair rotation -1. I don't know where this came from. And the game object just change it to crosshair. And if everything goes with the plan, I touch it, the enemy spawns. The NPC hero selector just spawns near you. I only have one right now. I press space, attack, choose what enemy do I want to attack. It gave 10 damage to main dude NPC. I'm gonna change again. Attack the dude. I can give I made the hero to give 10 points of damage, and the hero dude received damage from the NPC. Hero dude is now 88 health, and I'm gonna speed up the process. And let's test it out. Let's test this with more heroes. But let's see if this works out. I hope it does. These are not the heroes. These are not the main. And I'm going to spawn one more point to make another enemy. Three spawn points, and another could be, yeah, it could be the same of the first. And I'm gonna change this to here so it could be more visible. Now let's check it out. Yep, there you go. Three hero dudes. You can change the name and attributes. I can change and choose which one to use to attack. Yep, crosshair moving, everything working out. Yep, everything going on. So I hope I didn't make this too much complicated. I'm gonna try to, yeah, if I miss something, or if you guys are having some errors, because I had to stop the recording sometimes, and I had to move some stuff, and maybe I could forgot something. But if you guys have some error, just post it, comments. I'm really active right now on YouTube, so I'll just type it back to you guys and answer all of your questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and good luck with your game development journey, and I hope you succeed in your endeavors. So have a good one. Bye.